This is VIP. You didn't even stand in line, sir.
I'm Techno Dad, bitch.
Over the weekend, Joe and I went to the NAMM show in search of the hottest products related to Dolby Atmos and spatial audio creation. If you're into Dolby Atmos, this is the show to go to. All others pale in comparison. While at NAMM, I was able to do a little DJing on some brand new Pioneer DJ gear. Of course, Joe and I met some viewers, which was super cool. And we got to check out Dolby Atmos setups throughout the show. So let's check out all the cool products and rooms that we were able to see.
I'm gonna let you finish this convention. First, I want to tell you about the spatial audio calibration toolkit. That's right.
It is the one and only best-selling, world's first Dolby Atmos calibration disc. So make sure you go to spatialcd.com. We'll do a NAMM special, NAMM 10.
NAMM 10.
NAMM 10. Get 10% off. Use the code NAMM 10.
There you go.
I'm going to start with one of the coolest things first, and that is the Audient Oria. This is a 16-channel audio interface for immersive mixing and monitoring. 16 channels, so you can do a 9.1.6 monitoring setup with this, and it has so many amazing features. If you're mixing immersive audio, you definitely need to check this out. I have a full video on our other YouTube channel. We checked out the new headphones from Sennheiser, the HD 490 Pros. I've got to say, at $399, I think these might beat out my Odyssey headphones for my Atmos mixing. They are super light and very comfortable. They have an open back design, and they come with 2 different ear cups to tailor your sound, along with the new software from Dear Reality called Dear VR Mix SE. Another highlight was the new software both Joe and I can't wait to use, which is called Immerse. While at their suite in the Hilton, we found what has to be the best plugin for binaural mixdowns of our Atmos mixes. This software has multiple presets of virtualized mix rooms from the best immersive mix studios on the planet. Immerse will create a personalized HRTF for each user, and with specific headphone profiles, we can get an accurate representation of our mix in different rooms with its binaural render, which happens to be way better than both Dolby and Apple binaural renders. We went by Nugen Audio, who has a upmixer software called Halo, and a lot of other analysis tools for mixing, including mixing for spatial audio. As always, everyone wants to know what stars were seen at NAMM. I did spot Stevie Wonder and tried to get his attention, but I don't think he saw me at all. And DJ Redmatic of the world famous Beat Junkies was on the 1s and 2s. I did get to meet a few content creators I watch on the regular, like Sanjay C, who even featured me in his video, which you should check out. Link is down in the description. I ran into Logan, aka Vibe Machine, who makes a lot of great content about songwriting and using what he calls an underlick to grab people's attention and start singing a tune before they even know the words. I also ran into Alex from Alex Pro Mix, who makes awesome videos on mixing Dolby Atmos. And I ran into Cleveland Terry, who makes a lot of DJ-centric videos. Sadly, I didn't get a picture with him. I had a surprise run-in with my old friend Chikizi Easy, whom I met back in 2007 while we were both attending a voice class just a few months before he was a contestant on American Idol Season 7.
What is up, everybody? What's going on? Chana D here for Spatial Group, and we are here at the John Lennon tour bus. The Dolby Institute is having a speech on setting up a Dolby Atmos mixing room near field and all of the troubles that go along with that.
Dolby Atmos on a bus? That's right. They have a portable Atmos mixing setup. Now, I thought my Atmos studio was tight, but this is pretty damn tight. Just look how close the ear level and height channels are placed. Now, I know it's a smaller space, so the speakers have to be closer together, but damn, man, it's a cool idea, but I'm not sure about the sound in this space. The Genelec room, on the other hand, was quite a sight. Genelec was showing their newest monitors, the gigantic 8381A. Check out our other video for full details and an interview with Will Eggleston on our other YouTube channel, Spatial Group. Link should be in the description. Now, Genelec also won a tech award for the brand new 8381A, so I'm sure they feel super stoked about that. It is kind of cool. Now, it looks like Genelec saw my speaker on a stick video. Oh, there it is. Speaker on a stick. And totally copied my idea. It's all good, Genelec. It's all good. You have my permission. And honestly, it was a smart move for this 7.1.4 Dolby Atmos setup. Throughout the weekend, Joe and I returned to this booth and were able to get a binaural recording of my Atmos mix of the song Eat Sleep, which most of you already have. The binaural recordings will also live on the Spatial Group YouTube channel, so go there with some headphones to check out these monstrous speakers. I also returned on Sunday and played more of my mixes, so a big thank you to Paul, Izzy, Will, Eric, and the crew at Genelec. It was fun hanging out and listening to a few of my Dolby Atmos mixes on this system. It felt really good that everyone was loving my work. The next Atmos room was from PMC, and they had an awesome little room and it was banging. I didn't expect anything less from PMC, and their booth was very impressive. Ted remembered me from the Dolby Atmos mixing masterclass I took last August at Sweetwater Studios with Grammy-nominated mix engineer Nick Reeves, and Ted was nice enough to play a couple of my Atmos mixes, which I recorded with my binaural microphones. Neumann had a large Atmos room with a 9.1.6 configuration, which sounded great. We happened to check out a few Justin Timberlake tracks mixed in Atmos by the legendary Jimmy Douglas. Out of all the mixes I heard at NAMM, besides my own, his were the most creative. I like that his approach was less structured and more freeform, if you will. Neumann had a lot of presentations throughout the weekend, and I was unable to hear my mixes on their setup. Oh well. One highlight of the Neumann room was meeting Chris Godby, who purchased our spatial audio calibration toolkit. He said it was very helpful when setting up his 9.1.4 home theater in his pool house. By the way, he is a Grammy-winning mix engineer who said it was an honor to meet us. Imagine that. Yeah, good to meet you. Thank you so much for
good to meet you. Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Tremendously honored.
We went by the Avid booth where they had a JBL 7.1.4 Atmos setup in the open area of the floor, which was a little distracting, but with the volume up, I was able to get a great binaural recording of my mix of Eat Sleep, which is already up on the channel. Link is down in the description. A big thank you to Jeff for playing my Atmos mix, and he seemed to like it.
Oh, it's super creative.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, Paul from Genelec gave me a big tip that I should check out the Sony booth, as they had a demo for their 360 reality audio. I've never heard anything in Sony 360 RA, and the speaker array they had set up was quite impressive. 9 speakers up front. So there's the front stage, left, center, right. Then there's a height version of that, left, center, right. And then 3 speakers below in a left, center, right configuration. And there were 4 speakers in the back, including rear heights. I have a binaural demo of this setup on my channel already, and I will be making a separate video about 360 RA, as it was one of the biggest surprises for me in spatial audio at NAMM 2024. Dare I say it could be better than Dolby Atmos? At least for music anyway, who knows? Joe and I may start mixing in Sony 360 RA as well as Atmos. Only time will tell. Now, it's always been said to save the best for last, so here we are. This is Future Chana, and we are going to reveal the best sounding room at NAMM 2024. Drum roll, please. The award goes to Meyer Sound. Who's Meyer Sound? I was so impressed by these speakers, I cannot even begin to explain. But first, let's talk about SpaceMap Go. SpaceMap Go is a spatial sound design and mixing tool from Meyer Sound. Just look at all these speaker array configurations. Like, looking at this stuff makes me want to say Dolby at who? Right? Like, look at this. This is nuts. The demo was actually pretty crazy, and we got in there a little bit late, and it was like farm animals, and you could distinctly hear the different farm animals in the space in different locations. And then all of a sudden, off to the right, there was this crazy goat, okay? And that freaked freaked me out a little bit. And then he started messing around with the goat, and he started moving it here and there, and all of a sudden the goat's doing a spiral inward toward the center of the room. I was like, what is going on? Coolest demo. I wish I was able to, put the microphones on and get it going, but we were like out of time. It was super late that day, so it was one of those things where you just kind of have to experience it and kind of relay the information. But it was a killer demo. I was able to get a binaural recording of the speakers, and that's already up on the channel. I'll link it again for you guys. And I gotta tell you, like, I've been putting on live events for over the past decade now, and I've heard a lot of PA speakers and a lot of sound systems, but I haven't heard anything like this clear in such a long time. And mind you, I've gone to plenty of festivals in the last 10 years too. So I hear a lot of live sound, and man, these Meyer Sound speakers were just like crystal clear. And I'm not just talking about the highs, but definitely highs and mids, like angels were speaking to me, and they turned off my light. Crystal clear. Like, it was almost as if walking around the whole showroom floor, I had earplugs in. And when I walked into the Meyer Sound room and they were playing this EDM, I was just like, whoa. It's like someone had taken out the earplugs. Like, it was essentially like that. That was the best way to describe it. I can't tell you, like, and the bass, oh my goodness. So they have a bunch of new products, and we heard the X20s, the X40s, and they have the 21-inch subwoofer, which was nuts. Oh my God, so insane. I mean, look at this thing. This thing is huge. And I can't tell you how clean, and the like thud in my chest. It was just, I loved it. Now, this stuff is not cheap. Their smallest system, which they had for us to demo, which you heard in the binaural recording, is not cheap at all. And the price of the subwoofer is like call. You got to call, which means, yeah, if you have to ask, probably can't afford it, right? Isn't that how the saying goes? Anyway, I can't wait to hear more from Meyer Sound, because that was like completely mind-blowing. I love what they are doing, and you will too. So definitely try to check them out somewhere, because yeah, they're awesome. As for NAMM 2024, it was a great time, and that's because of the people. If you go with fun people, you're gonna have a fun time. And we met a lot of fun people, cool people, a lot of amazing people that work in the industry. They're actual professional. There's Grammy Award winners walking around, and the validation from these professionals about our spatial audio calibration toolkit, about my mixes, about the way Joe and I approach spatial audio and calibration. Like, he was talking about magic beans a lot, and a lot of the conversations were really in-depth and super like geeked out and nerdy, and it was amazing. It's just awesome to see about getting that kind of validation from actual professionals that, we're doing something right, and we are so excited about 2024 and what is going to come this year in regards to spatial audio and what Joe and I have cooking up our sleeves. So definitely subscribe up, because there's going to be a lot of cool stuff happening. Don't forget to subscribe to the new channel, youtube.com/@spatialgroup. We're going to put a lot more stuff there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.